Welcome, everyone, to our Monday meditations. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to guide you through a meditation. If you go off on your own trip, that is totally okay. It's just fine. What I am suggesting is that you sit comfortably, sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. And then I like to have a pillow at the small of my back to help me feel supported and to remind me to sit up. One of the things I will um, sometimes do, and I'll share with you right now, is to take a nice deep breath. If you want, you can even lift your arms up over your head. And what I want you to do is to straighten up. There you go. And just kind of feel into your body a little bit. And then as you exhale, let your arms come down. But keep yourself nice and aligned like a ballet dancer or a puppet on the string. You're feeling it from the back of your head, kind of pulling up. And then you can relax down from there, balanced. Your spine is nice and balanced. And you can relax. But you're upright. You're alert. This is because it's really great for your energetic system. Not only your physical energy or your blood circulation, but also your outside energy, the energy we're going to talk about a little bit as we go into meditation. Excuse me. So it's optimal for your energy. It's optimal for your circulation. Feet flat on the floor for your grounding. If you're an experienced meditator, maybe you want to sit in your cross-legged position, and you feel free to do that, of course. You make any kind of adjustments you need. I want you to be comfortable ultimately. Hands, what do you do with your hands? My hands stay on my lap. You might have an arm of your chair. Some people like to have a pillow on their lap and they put their arms on that. Whatever feels good for you. My hands like to sort of stay turned up, palms up. You can have palms down. It doesn't really matter to me. And this isn't a yogic meditation practice where there is some rules and guidelines. So we are much more loosey-goosey in how we sit and how we stay comfortable. All right, there we go. Now with our breathing, I'm going to guide us through some breathing. The idea is that we want our brains to settle down. Think of your brain as like a puppy dog. So you're trying to settle next to a beautiful tree, and your puppy dog wants to run around with a stick, chase a squirrel, dig a hole. And we just stay in our spot under the tree and let the puppy dog settle down. They're always going to go chase a squirrel. Our mind is never going to stop, but we can get it to still. It quiets, and we drop below the mind. So the mind can do what it does, and we don't have to engage with it. Right now, we're engaging with it all the time. That's what we do in our waking moments. In meditation, we try to drop below that. So it's kind of the surface of the ocean, and we drop below into a nice, quiet place. The reason we want to do this is during the day, our brains are busy, of course. They're thinking thousands and millions of thoughts. And our amygdala is constantly on alert for danger. It thinks anytime the heart's beating faster, maybe you're perspiring, you're breathing shallowly, then the amygdala tends to feel like it's on high alert. And it bathes the brain in stress hormones and chemicals. What we're doing is giving the brain a break by calming down with our breath. The amygdala thinks oh, we must be safe. We're breathing slowly and deeply. We're not perspiring. Our heartbeat is slowing down. We can curl up and go to sleep. So it takes a break. It stops bathing the brain in stress hormones, and your brain can rest and restore. That's what we're doing today together, okay? We're restoring your brain. Cool. So if you're ready, if you don't mind, go ahead and close your eyes. And as I mentioned before, feel free. If you start to zone out, go for it. That is not a problem. But if you find yourself ever getting wrapped up in thoughts and stories, try to returning to the focus of the breath, which I'm going to share with you now. We're going to take 3 nice, deep, slow breaths together. I'm calling it a box breath, but it's a little different than some of the breathing techniques you may have learned before. What we're going to do is stretch gently and easily into our breath. I don't want you to hold the breath. I would love you to imagine you're just suspending it. You're floating on the top of your breath. All right, and then slowly let the air out. And then at the very, very bottom, give it an extra little push out. Because our brain and our body never wants to be without breath, so it will try to hold on to a reserve. Just reassure your brain that we are in a safe place. You are perfectly fine. It's safe for you to expel the used up old air to make room for more air. So I'll talk you through it. Don't worry about remembering anything. I just wanted you to know the principle. Now let your body start to let go. Let your shoulders relax. Let your face relax. And as we start to breathe, we're going to connect a little more with our body. As you start to inhale and deepen your breath throughout the next several box breaths we'll do together, imagine your tummy expanding. Imagine that your entire torso is available for air. I'm going to use that mutant power of imagination. I will get quiet sometimes, and that's perfectly all right, just for you to rest and be. Okay, let's take those 3 nice, slow, deep breaths. I am trusting you to take your breath in your own time. I'm going to make a suggestion, but don't feel that you have to stress and try to reach the same limits I'm reaching. The idea is to convince that little amygdala that you are safe, it's easygoing, all is fine. So we don't want to stress. We don't want to push. We don't want to gasp or hold. Take a nice, slow, deep breath, inhaling. And at the top of your breath, just float. Just float along, suspending the breath. The first breath is not very long. It takes very little for you to run out of breath. So slowly start to exhale when you're ready, imagining yourself floating down like a dandelion seed in the breeze, just floating down the other side of the box. When you touch down at the bottom, give your breath a little extra push out. Go ahead. I'm making noise. You do not have to. Inhaling again. Maybe you have a little deeper breath this time, but just stretch nice and easy, floating on the top of that breath. Imagining you could breathe forever. When you reach a point, it feels like it's time to slowly start to exhale that breath out, floating down on your exhale. Drifting down. And you slowly touch down at the very bottom. Go ahead and push all that air out. Inhaling again. Maybe a little more this time. Maybe it's loosened up. You can stretch a little more into the breath. Float on the top of that breath. It feels good to suspend the breath at the top. And when you're ready in your own time, slowly start to exhale out. Drifting down. Go ahead and push the rest of your air all the way out. When you get to the bottom of your breath, make sure you're getting rid of all that air, the old used up stuff. And let your breath start to fall into its own slow, deep breathing pattern, whatever is right for you today. And just be in the body. Noticing your body, your partner in this adventure we're calling a life. It does so much for you. The body has so much knowing. So we're going to listen to any little nudges from the body today, checking in. Just notice where you're holding on to some tension. We typically have spots in our body that we always hold on to. Each one of us could be a little different. But you might grip in your tummy, you hold on. Your pelvic floor. So as I make suggestions and you're breathing, imagine you can take a breath and focus that breath to the spot where you feel some tension. As you focus your attention around the different areas of your body, I'll guide you through. Breathing normally for you, slowly. Start to check in with your face and see, are you gripping your jaw? Or is there tension around your eyes? And you simply take a breath, focusing on your face, and relax it a little more. Or the back of your neck. The front of your throat. See if you can relax just a little more. Across the back of your shoulders. Let your shoulders relax. See, maybe they drop down a fraction of an inch. Sliding down the back of your back. Where in your back do you hold tension? Your back works so hard for you, supporting you. Maybe you have an achy spot. Take a nice, slow, deep breath and aim your thought and your breath to the spot that aches or feels tight. Small of your back. Across your tummy. Let your tummy expand. As if your tummy could increase the amount of oxygen you take in. Making that breath really count. Allowing that breath to drop all the way down to your sit bones. Relaxing that area between your sit bones, your hips, the whole bowl of your pelvis. relaxes, filling with air. Down your hips, your thighs, your knees. Could you relax the backs of your legs a little more? Let your knees relax. Breathing deeply, letting go even in your calves, your shins. And now for your hard-working feet, ankles, all through the foot bones. Every toe warms, relaxes with your focus. How about your arms? Letting them be a little heavy, putting down those metaphorical burdens you carry. Let them relax. Open your hands. Let them release. Just taking a nice, slow, deep breath. Noticing how the air feels as it enters your body. A little cooler before it warms. When you exhale, notice how your clothes are shifting on your body as you breathe. You can always bring your thoughts back to your breath, the sensations of breathing, when your mind wants to get busy. If you have a thought, you just let it float by like a thought bubble in a cartoon. Thoughts will come, but we can always disengage. We don't need to get caught in the story. Notice your body again. If there's any spots that are still holding on, just notice that this is an habitual spot for you. A place you can always check in with and help it to release a little more tension simply by focusing on it. Your body is always getting you through the day. It stores emotions. And sometimes in meditation, as we breathe and we let go of some tensions you may feel, some emotions come up. And that's good. Let them flow up and out. Emotions are meant to move. Otherwise, they get trapped and cause drama. So when you have the chance to let that move, feel free. Taking some slow, deep breaths, just check in with yourself right where you're at right now, accepting it all. We're not trying to change, we're just trying to breathe. Accepting yourself right where you're at today. Through acceptance, we can make changes. And the first step is to just accept. Receive the thoughts from your body. Release the burdens for now. Putting it all down. With your next nice deep breath, remind that fear dragon, the amygdala, that you are perfectly safe in this moment. Thank you for protecting me and for keeping watch. But I am perfectly safe in this moment. You can take a break and rest. Taking a nice, slow, deep breath. See if there's any other spot that could use your attention, your breath, your acceptance. Just checking in to see what messages it has for you. They are always benevolent. It's holding on for you. It's protecting you. And you can tell it that you are capable and grateful, and you have it. So it can let go. You've got this now. Reminding yourself that you are perfectly safe in this moment. Let's take 3 nice deep breaths together again, practicing our box breathing. Inhaling. Just float on the top of the breath. No grasping, just floating. When you're ready, let yourself float down the exhale. When you reach bottom, push out the extra breath. Taking a nice deep inhale. And float on the breath. Maybe you float a little longer this time. Exhaling it out when you are ready. Drifting down like a feather. Floating down. And at the bottom, push out the old air and take a nice deep breath. Maybe a little stretching this time. Floating for as long as it feels right. Just suspending that breath. letting it out when it's time for you. And when you reach the bottom, let your breath fall into a slow, deep breathing pattern. You can always return to the box breath if your brain gets a little too busy. Letting sounds of humanity come and go. Start to notice using the power of your imagination. A sensation on your skin. It's warm. Maybe it feels a little fuzzy. And from your mind's eye, notice that you can see yourself sitting there. And you're surrounded by a beautiful golden light. You can feel this energy along your skin. Notice what the golden light looks like to you. Is it bright and sharp, like a shell, or is it soft and fuzzy? Maybe it's a bubble. What does it look like to you today? Every living thing has energy emanating from it. And today we're visualizing this as this golden light. Notice that you can use the golden light to sense around you, your energy. You can sense behind you as well as you can sense in front of you. You can feel through the wall. So there's no barrier for your energy. You can feel above you, below you, simply by shifting your awareness. And notice now that you can make this golden light a little brighter around you, simply by breathing and paying attention to it. You can do this anytime you need to feel a little more steady, or you need to shield yourself from outside energies, just to feel a little more confident. Most people don't know they can actually use this, and they are chaotic, hectic. And sometimes we might need to protect ourselves from all of that. Notice now on your next nice deep breath that this golden light condenses at the soles of your feet to form a cord. This cord flows down through the floor, down through the building, down through the earth. This bright golden cord flows all the way down to connect with the heart of the planet. This is a gift to you from Mother Earth. You can use this to ground yourself anytime you need to. As you take up a nice deep breath, you pull up a wave of this golden light all the way up to the crown of your head. It illuminates every cell, helping you to be more revitalized, energized, grounded, steady. And when you exhale out, you can let go of anything you do not need. Doubts, spinning thoughts and stories, anxieties. Let it flow all the way out down through that cord at your feet where it's effortlessly recycled by the planet. And each new breath brings up a new wave of golden energy. And each exhale out pulls away dark and used up, old and heavy, things you do not need. Nice deep breath. And a nice, full, slow exhale out. Releasing, putting down burdens, letting go of the chaos. You can do this anytime you need. Waiting in line, at a stoplight, in a meeting. No one ever need know you're doing it. Notice how you feel in your body at this moment. Notice the feeling along your skin. Just notice. You don't have to do anything. When you're next and inhaling, start to notice that from the base of your spine, flowing up the back of your body and out through the crown of your head is a silver lavender energy. This silver lavender energy is cool and smooth. This represents your connection to the universe. To your universal intelligence, a deeper knowing, your natural wisdom. And as you take a nice deep breath, imagine you find yourself flowing up that silver lavender beam of light into the deep blue of space, where you float in a vast cloud of silver lavender energy. This is representing everything you want and everything you need. Here you can unfurl from your humanity, your earthly concerns, and just expand, soaking up that creativity, that courage, whatever it is you believe that you could use more of right now, or even if you just wish to accept the gifts that come to you from the universe automatically. Your force. Expanding outside the confines of our bodies. Allowing in all possibilities. Resting. Restoring. And here we can ask for the ability to accept and receive. Receive what we dearly desire. More love, more friendship, more abundance, more courage, more creativity, more adventure, whatever it is for you today. You may need to accept the belief that you deserve all the goodness coming to you, that you are worthy, you are needed, you are loved. You can believe. Accept. Allow. Receive. Believe. Believe in all that you already have. The gifts you already have. The beauty you already have. The love you already have. Coming at you from all directions. As a beloved being, unique in every way, needed deeply, simply by being the best you can be, expressing yourself, finding joy, loving, giving, accepting, receiving. You are treasured. On your next nice deep breath, notice that all around you, this silver lavender energy has formed. It's formed into a beautiful space in nature. And before you, you see a path. This path is smooth and sandy, with some beautiful rocks along the sides of it. And it's leading you through some trees. It's inviting. It smells wonderful and green. You can sense animals nearby who mean you no harm. You can hear bird song and see some in the trees. You notice butterflies near the flowers in the sun. And you move along this path, moving in through the trees. As you follow the path, it begins to get a little darker, but it's still pleasant. There's no threat here. You feel guided. It's comfortable. Now you notice that the pretty rocks on the sides of the path actually are glowing with various colors, illuminating the path as it goes into the darkening woods. As you curve around, you see before you a meadow. The meadow is bright in the late afternoon sun. And in the middle of this meadow, you see a large stone, a rock, which you climb upon. It's inviting and smooth. Then moving to the top of it, you feel like you wish to sit down on the warm stone. You notice that there is a ray of this beautiful afternoon sun skimming the tops of the trees to alight upon you on this stone. It's a deep golden light, and it feels like a voice. There's a vibration, a deep ringing, a chime, and your body responds, vibrating along with this incredible beam of gold. It moves through your body. You feel your body respond. It feels like pure, joyous energy of vitality. And as it moves through your chest, you feel that whole heart space open. All barriers to love disappear. You don't need any protection. This is for you. This is your source speaking to you. And it moves up into your throat, releasing all the locks you'd put on your voice, clamping down on thoughts, biting back words. And now you feel the ability to speak your love for life, for truth, for yourself, for others. And as the light scans up your face, you feel any achiness and tension just dissipating. You feel fogginess clear. And a peace permeates you. You feel in alignment with your soul, with what you want, with who you are, and how you're moving through this life. Loved, needed, joyfully, purposefully. The light sets behind the trees, and above you the stars start winking into view. You see them with a clarity you've never seen them before. And as the stars shine their light upon you, you notice in front of you that there are steps illuminating in the starlight. So you move to the first step, to the edge of the rock. And as you do, you see the next step start to illuminate down the side of the rock. And this way, step by step, you descend from the rock and move through the meadow. When you step on one illuminated spot, the next one starts to appear. You suddenly find yourself in a beautiful pool of this silver light. On the other side of this pool of light, you see a shape that becomes a human shape. And then it becomes you. You see yourself. And somehow you know this is you in the near future. You examine yourself. You look happy, peaceful, and yet still radiating energy. You look confident. You approach yourself and you say, how do you look so happy and so confident? What did I do to get there? And the future you takes your hand and says, come, I'll show you. This week I'm going to show you. And every day you will uncover the next right step. Teachers will come for you. Lessons will become obvious. Gifts will appear. Just what you need. Some of these might be a little hard. Otherwise, you would have done them already. But know this, it won't be as hard once you get started. You just have some false beliefs around it. You are completely capable. You are so deserving. And you can have whatever it is that you dearly want. You just need to clear away some debris. But I will show you how. And taking a breath, hardly being able to absorb your joy, you find yourself back in that silver lavender cloud floating in space, looking at the glorious miracle that is Mother Earth, small and alone. And then you notice that there are other beings like yourself in space, looking at Mother Earth. And all of you reach out with your golden energy, that silver lavender light, and start to weave a net, snowflaking out, joining with each other. A beautiful net of light and love that flow around Mother Earth, protecting her and everything on her. You know you're not alone, never. There are always others like you, working for the greater good, full of love and light and very powerful. Taking a nice deep breath, you find your body where it is sitting, perfectly waiting for you. Standing next to your body, notice, take a good look at yourself. What a loving being, trying so hard, working, striving. And you share your appreciation, appreciating yourself, grateful for your gifts, your experience, and your willingness to take this adventure in finding your next right step. Taking a deep breath, you rejoin your body, scanning yourself inside, noticing if there's any benevolent message from your body about what it could use from you this week. It could be simple as some water movement. Maybe it wants music. Maybe it needs some stretching, some vitamins, whatever it is for you. Know that your body will be giving you clues all week as to what could help it feel better. Feeling grateful for all that you are, all that you have, and for this great adventure called life. Breathing slowly. You can move your fingers, your toes. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Sometimes you'll have ideas in meditation, and you can bring a journal or a pad of paper and write down your thoughts. Write down your ideas, or simply let them percolate. Let me know how you're doing. If you have questions, I'll see you again soon.